as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as well as I should have. If I made you feel second best, boy, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. And maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times. I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet.
Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your head.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard,
Yeah, we'll call this a Wednesday. And apparently Liz says it's the 30th. I'll take her word for it. I don't even know what day it is. I'm not even sure what the hell's going on here with this audio situation. I've been battling my computer since I sat down in the studio this morning, and I don't know what the hell is the issue. Walt's having the same issue. I'd show you, but I restarted OBS right before we went live, and now Skype is gone, and the YouTube chat's gone. I got to pull all that shit back up. And that's still not saying what my audio sounds like, I have no clue. Things are all...
I hear you. Do you hear me?
I hear you now, sir.
Hey.
Finally hear y'all. That's what I was fighting for the last 15 minutes.
I know that, dude.
I know that, dude.
Let me see. I'm checking the chat for you. I'm not seeing anybody say that the sound is horrible yet.
All I see is
Liz. Liz says we sound good on Free World. I haven't got a chat yet on Rumble, or at least no one's chatting there. And then I've just gotten here and playing catch up there on YouTube. It's the Mondayest Wednesday so far, I think.
So true.
So far. It is the 30th, just to verify. I know it's not important to our background. I'm just telling you. I had to check too, because I was like, wait, my appointment was on the 29th, wasn't it? Okay, yeah.
All right. Pop out the chat. Bring the chat over here. Get the new link. What a pain in my dick. This is so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So how's the week been going so far, gents?
Better than this morning. But not
How
bad.
you feeling?
Wait, I missed it. What?
How you feeling?
You know. It's yeah, the eye thing has now been addressed by the ophthalmologist, who then proceeded to tell me things like, you know, it can happen with age, although with age it usually is both eyes, and then for it to be one eye can be this, that, and the other, including the whatever palsy thing that the doctor originally gave me some prednisone and some other shit to try. And I'm like, I hate doing experimental things with my body, but I don't want to have this eye no more. So I took it all and got to the ophthalmologist yesterday, and they're going to be calling me this week or sending me info or whatever for the neurologist they're sending me to see if it's some kind of internal brain thing, which it can be, and can be an early detector of, and blah, 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 blah. So, still don't know what the actual problem is. Probably won't ever know. And that's what I knew was going to frustrate me the most about this whole thing. That, you know, to what I've read and what the doctor said, and now what this ophthalmologist has said, that it could have been any and everything that I told him I have potentially done to my eye. You know, plane ride, different environments, pressure in airplane cabins, wearing goggles for a year at a pool every day, basically sucking your eye out every time you pull them off. You know, any of those things, rubbing your eye when you wake up, whatever. So he don't know yet, but I'm going to get a CT or a MRI, whatever you do. What do you do for your brain? CT, CAT scan, whatever.
Yeah, CAT scan.
Yeah. So on the one hand, we're going to find out if, you know, all this insanity you guys witnessed for 10 years now is all involved with a brain tumor, I guess. No, I don't think I have a brain tumor. I think I would have known that before now. We're basically just eliminating what it could potentially be dangerous, and that's what we're trying to do. He described it like, first we look for the horses, then we look for the zebras, because they're harder to find and you don't see them as often. And then if it turns into a unicorn, well, you may not want that unicorn. I'm like, whoa, hold up, Doc. What the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, we're looking. We don't know. At no point did he actually say, but we're going to get it right and we're going to fix it. In fact, he kind of implied that even the surgery that I read about online is not always helpful in this situation once it's certain things. So I asked him about the acupuncture appointment, which I had already made for next week. And he said, you can get it and it might or might not help. I'm not going to tell anybody not to try something that can help them, but I wouldn't go into it expecting miracles. I'm like, oh,
whoa,
okay.
Isn't that the exact same thing you just told me about all of your treatments?
Yeah. Yeah. And he said it wouldn't interfere with his treatment, so definitely proceed it. He just didn't want me to have expectations for some kind of miracle because he's had other patients that have mentioned it and didn't really see success, but that doesn't mean that there hasn't been. He's read those same things as I have online. Now, this was all preceding him then actually like going deep into my eye with lights and lasers and refractors and all the stuff they use to look around. At which point, he then said, oh, well, this is interesting. This is not the problem. This is not what caused your eye to do what it's doing. But apparently both eyes, I have some type of parasitic little creature that's living in my eyeballs. Hi, I'm Ants in your eyes, Johnson. That's who I am, right? Ants in my eyes, Johnson is who I am because I have bugs in my eyes. He showed me pictures of them. They're really nice looking critters. They kind of adhere themselves in your tear ducts and hang out. And as they die, they kind of start leaving this whatever that he can see. I'm like, oh, fine. So now that for those drops that I'm going to be using for that will be like 6 weeks, twice a day. Expect lots of burning and stinging. But we do want to get rid of this because it can eventually start causing blockages and problems that are a whole different world of eye issue you don't want to get into. So it's a good thing we caught that early. Most times that isn't caught until it's already causing the problems because of how they sit in the eye tear duct. And if he wasn't looking for that, he may have missed that, blah, 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 blah. So yeah. So I guess good news, bad news. At least I'm getting rid of my eye aliens, but still don't know why my right eye was wonky.
It's probably not
That's
a tumor.
Walt.
Is the bottom line.
Wait,
probably not a tumor.
Wait. Yeah, probably not a tumor.
But you've got
an
alien symbiote living in your eyes.
Yeah. That's basically it. So, and I still can't see correctly. Everything's still kind of wicky and crossed and not focused. And that part, he said, is definitely indicative of the muscle itself in that eye being the culprit, the levator muscle and nerve, and another one he named. And yeah, so we'll see.
You've been drinking mud water? Laura in the chat says try some diatomaceous earth and some distilled water.
I have a 4-pound bag of it right now. I don't say I've got it down to 3 pounds yet, but I'm working hard on it. Thank you.
I got me a 4-pound bag too. I don't drink it as much as I should, but damn, it works great to clean my stovetop.
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. When I spilled some there on the, that's exactly where I put mine on the stove, started spooning it out. Realized I spilled some, and when I wiped at it, it was like, whoa, look at that. This is better than baking soda.
Or than $30 jars of glass stovetop cleaner. Whatever the fuck it is. Made special to clean your glass stovetop. Well, guess what? Diatomaceous earth works probably better. Even dry, just dry diatomaceous earth rubbed around on top of your glass stovetop. Like brand new, I say.
So I see Ian speaking of the castor oil and the DMSO. One thing I forgot to tell him, but after I remembered it on the way home, it was like, I did that in 2 nights, maybe 3 nights, and then the trip came to head that way and see you guys, and so I'd stopped doing it. But I had began to, after reading so many things about the positivity of castor oil in your eyes and how it's used in a lot of eye drops and eye lubricants and all this, so I bought me some, a little more pricey, more refined, natural, whatever the word I'm looking for, organic, all that, and tried it on. What I only did was use the mascara brush that came with it and put it on my eyelashes, just because of the issues that I have overall with my thin, useless eyelashes, not keeping things out of my eye. So I did that for 2 nights. Put it on my eyelashes, which meant some did actually, get into the eye itself and didn't irritate me, didn't burn, caused no issue. But believe me, that thought did go through my mind. It's like, oh Lord, did the castor oil cause this to start? I know it didn't. I'm just, in a place right now. But yeah, I had thought about going back to that when I had talked to him about it, and then we were so concerned once he started talking about my brain and having to go get scans, which I don't want to do, and all that I kind of forgot that part. So I'll probably call him and ask, is that something I can do, and keep going with it. I just don't want to do anything that's going to mess with those drops that's going to be killing my eye boogers.
Well, I see Stephanie in chat.
Monsters.
Stephanie in chat suggests silver drops, which I thought was a really good suggestion. Find some colloidal silver eye drops and see if that helps at all.
I have a little bottle from a lovely lady named Carol with a K right here sitting. Well, they were sitting right there. I'm sure the cats have rolled that bottle across the table or off the table. But yeah, I have some I have just gotten just a few weeks ago.
Well, that was exactly to whom she was referring.
The whole. I'm sorry, go.
I was just going to say that's exactly to whom she was referring.
I actually see the whole. It went by, and I can't see who said it because, again, I'm struggling reading right now. Oh, yes, thank you. I do have those very ones. Sorry, glad to catch up. What was the other thing I just saw? Oh, Regina swearing with her cousin swearing by the castor oil in the belly button. I started with olive oil. I had some really good olive oil handy, and I did that for months and months. Then I tried a mixture of, what was it again? Was it olive oil and magnesium? And I didn't like what it made the skin do. The something about that makeup of what that does. The magnesium itself on my skin just dried me out right there. I didn't want to dry out my belly button, so I quit using it there. And then I got some really good castor oil with a bit of DMSO and other amazingly healing ingredients in them from Mr. Lee Thunder Chicken. And I use that on a nightly basis now. I put at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 nice little drops and ease myself off to sleep. All right, that's enough of Walt's health issues. Good Lord, we're 20 minutes after and I'm still bitching about my body falling apart. That's enough. That's enough of that. I'm getting old. My shit don't work. Give me all the oil you can give me. That's what I'm going to do.
How about you, Zach? How are you doing?
That's what I was going to say. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Beer is finally, when I wake up in the morning, it's not, I can actually hear a little bit out of it. So I still haven't gotten the big ball of wax. I'm still waiting for it. But no, I'm doing all right. Mom's doing good. Cam's doing good. Jaron just found out about a bounty that was over a year old that he finally asked him about and brought up. And got a nice little chunk of change for that one.
That's always nice.
Yeah. He's getting ready to go to South Korea and then to Japan.
Damn.
Go visit his brother. Yeah. He's excited. Never left the country like that. I mean, he's been up to Canada driving, but he's never like, yeah, this is a new one for him. He's super excited. But yeah, things here are going good. How about you there, Josh? How the bunnies? How's Dixie?
I think the bunnies are good. This is why I don't like having rabbits. Just too anxious. So today's Wednesday. So I guess Monday? I dropped Dixie off the airport. She had to fly down to Texas to help get her counterparts trained up, at least to her level, so she can move on to be the director of document controls or whatever it is. I guess they're going to try to move her up into a corporate position. So in order to do that, they had to sort of fill the gap that she was going to leave, fill that vacuum that she was going to leave, because not all of her other counterparts were quite up to her level. So she had to fly down there and just kind of make sure everybody's on the same page so that when she comes back, they can boost her up. So she's not been here since Monday, so it's just left with me with the 6 rabbits and the 2 dogs. And I do good. It's just I don't know enough. I don't have the desire to try to pull out all 6 bunnies every single night, make sure everybody's got all the attention and all the free roams and all the other shit. I get them fed, I get them watered. That's about the extent of what I can do. I can show them some attention, maybe 1 or 2 with someone on one time, but that's about it. Like, I'm not here, I'm not keeping an eye on them like I should. Do I know if they're all consistently eating and keeping their stomachs moving? I hope so. I just can't keep an eye on all 6 to know that none of them are going into stasis. So I'm just sort of living here, fingers crossed, and hoping that they're all still alive when she comes back, because I don't have it in me. Nope, this is why I wouldn't have rabbits if I were a single guy. Too much stress. Too much responsibility. That's what it is. I just don't want the damn responsibility. I don't. My son's 22 years old. Main reason I'm still not married to my ex-wife is because I didn't want another child. She did. She went out and found one. But I didn't. I wanted to not have that responsibility for a while. And I'd rather come to enjoy not having all that responsibility of trying to take care of creatures that can't take care of themselves. But I'll pick her up tonight. Hopefully they'll still all be here when we get back from the airport this evening. So we'll see. We'll see.
Now, what kind of response do you think you'll see when they see Dixie? Do rabbits show a lot of emotion when they're excited or things like that?
So rabbits are dicks. Like, they hold grudges. They are more likely to be pissed that she was gone than they are happy to see her. So they're not going to be excited when she comes home. They're going to be pissed at her when she comes home. So she'll come up and they'll probably turn around and give her the butt, right? Put their backs to her, which is the ultimate sign of bunny disrespect, short of, attacking and boxing. But yeah, I don't expect a whole lot out of them. The dogs, on the other hand, are going to be stupid. Layla's going to be retarded. She's such a pain in the ass. Because she doesn't listen to me. Doesn't do what I want. She's not comfortable enough to say, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Hey, will you let me out? Nope, she just hides under the bed. So I have to scare her out from under the bed and out of the bedroom, close the bedroom door so she doesn't come back in, and basically just kind of collapse the house as she gets closer and closer to that back door and remove the places to which she can run and hide until she finally has nowhere else to go, and I can get her on the lead and put her outside. Yay. Every fucking time.
My neighbor's dog, he was kind of like the rabbits because they would shelter him every time they would go on vacation. And then they'd get home, and for like 3-4 days, he wouldn't look at them. He wouldn't want nothing to do with them. Well, last time they went, they asked if we would mind watching them. That's the boy's best friend. That's Buster, We're like, yeah, sure, no problem. They said when they got back, he was like they never left. He was all happy and this and that, and he's like, they were like, we're going to ask you guys every time we go now, because Buster seems to really enjoy it over there more than being housed. But yeah, dogs can be the same way too. But he is an older dog, and a wise dog, I would say. Like, I remember when I was gone from Hank for those 5 days, I came back and he was, just super excited. But yeah, some of those dogs, they'll hold a grudge. Buster. Oh, man. We are slowly approaching the first break.
We certainly are.
Didn't fly by too fast.
I see a lady in chat that I put a song in there for a couple days ago. If you would play that while she's around, it don't have to be this break, just at some point. Talking about Karen, of course.
Before we hit the break, I'm going to read some Jalopnik news.
Some hoopla ploopla?
Yeah, Jalopnik. These people are always filling us in about Tesla. Tesla using full self-driving hits deer without slowing and doesn't stop. How's that computer vision only approach working out for you, Tesla? And that's from the article. That wasn't me asking that question.
Now, I gotta say, maybe that was just the best course of action.
A lot of times it is, just saying. I mean, you stop after you hit the deer. You don't just keep driving like nothing happened, you know. But slamming on the brakes isn't always your best bet either to try to, you know.
Nope. Or hitting them at your current speed. Sometimes speeding up is the correct answer. I mean, you'll have to speed up a lot. But sometimes it's better to hit a deer doing 100 than it is to hit a deer doing 60.
Yep. Can't argue with you there. But the car showed, I mean, they even got the video here on the thing, which is crazy.
I would hope so. There's like 12 fucking cameras on that car.
And the car just doesn't even seem like it noticed the deer at all. And the deer's not moving. It's just standing in the middle of the road. If that would have been a human,
The computer would have known it was a human and it would have stopped. It's only because the advanced systems that are on board, that amazing vehicle that knew, listen,
it's
and
deer
took it
season.
Out and it's like, yeah, right, deer season. Hell, not even rabbit season.
but don't worry, pretty soon there's probably going to be a robot driving us all around. Humanoid robot, since Elon says there will be more human robots than people in less than 20 years.
Well, I think it
To
would
let
make
you know
sense if
how
we built small
retarded-
robots. We should really be building small robots that we can just insert into the humanoid robots. So the small robots will pilot the humanoid robots that will get inside the cab and pilot the self-driving cab. I think this makes perfect sense. In fact, we could
Just
probably
let
put
you
the
know,
cab inside a bigger vehicle to power that. Like a whole bunch of goddamn AI Russian nesting dolls.
Righto. And then I think at some point when you get to the base inside doll, you should open it and there's Johnny Cab sitting there going, hi. No, nobody.
That little dude from Men in Black.
No, the Total Recall, the original with Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I know Johnny
Cab that was in the car.
Got to get the balls.
Get the ball.
Quado. What does he say? Look
in your mind. Open your mind.
So to let you know how retarded Elon is, that's 1,095,890 robots a day. Starting today, he's got to make to hit 8 billion robots in 20 years. Over 1 million robots a day. That's how. Ugh.
He's a genius, though. You
He's going
forget.
to make 2.5 million Teslas a year, and has made like 50,000 or whatever in 4 months. Ugh.
Idiots.
Oh, and in other Tesla fucking news, I lost the game yesterday. Saw my first one in the real world. In New Iberia, too. Not even in Lafayette, which is a considerably bigger town. But in New Iberia, as we passed over the overpass, I saw it come out from under and head across to the town. I'm like, oh, my God. Well, I've lost.
They are just as ugly in person as they are on screen, aren't they?
Even uglier. Like, I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. I'm like, my God, how would you look at that and go, oh, yeah, who needs a Ferrari? Let's get this thing. Oh, God.
That's what I need right there. All right, well, I guess we're going to do it. We'll be right back. Second half of the first half coming up right after this.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half. I see Liz over there on Rumble saying the audio is great today, and I'm not sure if that makes me happy or really pisses me off. Just not sure yet.
Says that we finally know why ancient Roman concrete was able to last thousands of years. And then why aren't we doing that today?
Well, we didn't know this last week, Zach. How would we be expected to know what Roman concrete's made out of last week?
Well, they could start using it today.
Well, maybe they are.
So they use lime.
Okay. Wait.
And that's how they do it? Oh, the techniques used to mix them were different also. It's not just the adding of lime.
They went counterclockwise, not clockwise.
So the smoking guns were small white chunks of lime that can be found in what seems to be otherwise well-mixed concrete. The presence of these chunks had previously been attributed to poor mixing or materials, but that did not make sense to materials scientist Edmir Mastic of MIT. The idea that the presence of these lime class was simply attributed to low quality control always bothered me. Well, the fact that it's stronger than what we use today, yeah, that would bother me too. If the Romans put so much effort into making an outstanding construction material, following all the detailed recipes that had been optimized over the course of many centuries, why would they put so little effort into ensuring the production of a well-mixed final product? Mastic and the team, blah, 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 carefully studied 2,000-year-old samples of Roman concrete from the archaeological site of Privernum in Italy. These samples were subjected to large area scanning, electron microscopy, and energy dispersive X-ray spectroscopy. Wow. Powder X-ray diffraction and confocal Raman imaging to gain a better understanding of the lime class. One of the questions in mind was the nature of the lime used. The standard understandings of pozzolanic concrete is that it uses slaked lime. The limestone is heated at high temperatures to produce a highly reactive caustic powder called quicklime, or calcium oxide. Mixing quicklime with water produces slaked lime, or calcium hydroxide, a slightly less reactive, less caustic paste. It was this slacked lime that ancient Romans mixed with their concrete. Based on the team's analysis, and lime class in their samples are not consistent with this method. It was probably made by mixing the quicklime directly and with the pozzolana and water at extremely high temperatures, by itself or in addition to slaked lime, a process the team calls hot mixing. So they don't have a freaking clue. So now they're heating it at high temperatures, which accelerates the reactions, allowing for much faster construction. And the lime class give concrete remarkable self-healing abilities. When cracks form in concrete, they preferentially travel to the lime class, which have higher surface area than other particles in the matrix. When water gets into the crack, it reacts with the lime to form a solution of rich calcium that dries and hardens as calcium carbonate. gluing the crack back together and preventing it from spreading further. And then yada, 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 yada. Okay, so are we going to start doing this now? You know how much more it would cost to heat the concrete? Probably a penny or two. Do you think we would do something like that? Or you think they're going to say, the building's stand is long enough. It'll be fine.
Well, there's some guys, they call them, they're made, I believe they're called, and there's this concept of cement shoes, and I don't know if calcium would make that work like they want it to. I'm just thinking, ramifications.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even the concrete we were using 100 years ago is stronger than the concrete we use today. What is it, like 6 times stronger? The stuff from 1910? So I don't really think it's by accident that our concrete is getting weaker. I think it has to do with money cost and building cost.
And possibly built-in obsolescence and need for a new structure in a couple of years. I mean, man, we've got buildings that last 25 years now.
How much of that do you think is economy-based, though? Like, if we have to constantly pay road crews to fill potholes, or road crews to tear up old roads and install new roads, I mean, that's a huge section of infrastructure that just constantly generates income for the people and wealth for the owners, and just a constant part of a little cog in a huge economy. I mean, just think if you built roads that didn't need to be replaced. Well, now you've got to find jobs for all those people because they're not building roads anymore. And then you can just extrapolate that out for every other fucking thing that does have planned obsolescence that you could probably make to last a little bit longer, but might have other consequences, given how far we become dependent.
Because we're all going to be in suits controlling Elon's robots here pretty soon. You know they're not going to work on their own. They're going to need a human. So everybody's job will just be to go to the robot factory store or wherever. Or hell, they'll set one up in your closet for you when you get hired. You just walk into your closet and strap into your suit, and then you go and cook and bake for some little lady at her house.
That'd actually be pretty cool. Well, like telework, where you could literally work from home, but still be a housekeeper. You could spend all your drive time now actually cleaning and not have to worry about going from one client to the next and lost wages for the drive time.
You just power up.
VR goggles and I could dig it.
Haptic feedback suit.
Thought about that. Thought about that, but why would a housekeeper need a haptic feedback? Just fucking do your job. You don't need a goddamn hug. Do your fucking job.
Yeah, but if you're bumping into stuff and knocking stuff over, you want to know that you touched something. Or you go to turn around and just knock the little old lady over. Where'd you go? You're stepping on her.
Dusting the mantle and poke her eye out.
Oh, man. No, I mean, I don't think... Do we really, like you were just saying, I think a lot of our whole economy is based on planned obsolescence, so we have, stuff for the worker ants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is making 8 billion robots going to help that out at all?
Yes.
Or are they just looking to replace humans? Is that the end goal?
Well, I'm sure it's both. It's the whole idea of having to train up your replacement at work. You got to build 8 billion robots so the robots can start to build themselves. And maybe that's the clue. Maybe humans won't be able to build that many robots, but if you build the right robots, the robots can just finish off the job at 1 million of them every day.
Doesn't that go to show how out of touch with reality Elon is? Just saying stupid shit like that. Like, it took me 10 seconds to do the math.
Show
8
off.
billion divided by
So the ugly car and the flamethrowers and the desire to build a mech robot, none of that clue, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, we here at Ironworks, we all know Elon's retarded.
I was being a bit facetious.
But how could people not?
It's those other folks, right?
It's
those other folks over
human in 20 years. That should have raised somebody's eyebrows. Somebody with just basic math skills. Like, what? You're gonna make how many robots? In how much time?
You dumb bastard.
Yes, exactly. This is not somebody that is genius level. Like I said, 10 seconds with a calculator. And he could have been like, oh, I'm not saying that. That sounds retarded. Yeah, I don't get it. And the self-driving just hit a deer and didn't even react. I wonder how many people have died using this technology, because you know those answers aren't out there for the public. I'd love to see some, and I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble or nothing, but I bet that data's floating around in their factory somewhere. Just saying. What was that job that Edward Norton did in Fight Club? He was a insurance adjustment agent or something like that. And if the number of dollars that you pay out to people, you know, for whatever lawsuits and that stuff is lower than the amount of cost that it would cost to do a recall, so you're not running over your children using self-driving in the driveway. Well, if the number for the recall is higher, it's going to cost more to do the recall, then they just don't say nothing about it, and they let you continue to run over your children. That's messed up. And that's how it actually works.
It's very similar to that story I dropped. I don't know if you saw it in the pile about a company here in Louisiana, which is on there. I'm not sure the number now. 10th payout for the amount of cancer-causing crap they're pumping out into the world. I can't find the story. It's been a minute now. But yeah, long story short, that is a thing here in this state that happens all too often. And there's like there's a documentary or two about it, like up around St. Charles Parish and stuff around Lake Charles. I meant to say, sorry, I'm doing too many things trying to find the story. But yeah, there is an amazing amount of people who have, just gone. Cancers around that area with all those certain types of refineries and crap. I cannot find that story. I don't know where I dropped it. I thought I dropped it recently. It's probably been a minute now. But anyway, Yeah, as long as they pay their little fee and whatever, they can keep doing whatever the fuck, because all they got to do again is pay another fucking fee. And people are dropping like flies. Is this it? No, that's about the homeless people. They're trying to do a sweep apparently in New Orleans, and it's being blocked. I don't know where it's at. I'll find it. Anyway, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to get off on a different topic, but same idea. Yeah, as long as they can pay less than it would cost to change the situation, then they'll just pay their little fines and people keep dying. Theoretically. Allegedly.
Yeah, I feel so bad for all those people in North Carolina, on top of all the stuff that they're going through trying to get stuff cleaned up. Now the mud is considered toxic in some of these towns. That's covered the streets and, filled buildings, the bottom 2 feet of buildings, with all the different chemicals from the factories and stuff like that in the, surrounding area has mixed in with all this mud, and now the mud is caustic. And now they're having to deal with that. Like, all the volunteers and stuff like that are required to wear so much PPE, and they can only work so long, and yeah, it's just a mess there, man. It is. That's in my opinion, after the initial danger of moving water, the rushing water and the damage that it does, this is probably in my opinion, like where you're going to start seeing the second highest amount of damage being done is all those chemicals and water all mixing together and human waste and all that kind of stuff, all now being mixed up and churned up and just settling on top of the surface. And having to remove all of that is, oh man. Yeah, Callum, this sewage is just, and I mean, you don't want to go sifting through sewage. You don't, especially not without all the PPE and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's a mess there. It's going to take a while before things get back to normal around this area. Crazy. Makes me wonder. I still keep having this thought, like, are we supposed to be living this way? Is this the way it was intended? Or are we all supposed to be walking around naked, living like the animals do? I know that ship is pretty much sailed, right?
Shout out,
Like
Baldini.
Going back to living that way, I don't. Even if everything fell apart, I don't see human beings going back that way. I still see people, building a shelter and this and that, and I mean, which animals do as well. But I don't know. I keep getting this.
So I know
feeling
that people have looked into this since it was mentioned. I know a lady that I got to meet who went and drove and looked herself. And so that whole area and the whole lithium mine thing. But, it's really interesting. The wildfires came through in the West along that path they're planning for their, whatever it is, high-speed rail. Is that what it was? It's been too long now. But it's, toxic mud. People have to leave. Can't live here now. Sorry, we're going to buy this from you. Good prices. We'll hook you up. Don't worry. But yeah, here you go. I don't know. Just being paranoid. Speaking of people having to move, I meant to mention this earlier. I dropped a link in chat. Oh man, where is it? How about I just go grab it again and drop it again? Apparently Gail from Florida that I did not get to meet if I am correct. Man, what have I done with that story? I just had it. Oh, I'm in the pile. Sorry, I'm in the lettuce pile trying to grab that link. That's not going to be there. I'll drop it again there in chat. If you can help with relocating in any way, all help is appreciated. I'm trying to get the thing open now to read it, but I know we're at a break. So how about I do it on the other side? Since I am struggling for some reason. Oh, I think I've got too many tabs open. It's probably my problem. But I did drop the link finally in the chat for YouTube. Yeah, I am the tab monster.
Tab monster, Walter. I swear when he would share his page and I see all those tabs open, I just, oh, that poor computer.
Just cringe, right? Yeah, it does too.
Computer. Yeah, I feel bad doing that to my computer, leaving a bunch of tabs. Like if I have 5 open, it starts irking me. Like when I'm doing the shows on Thursday night, and I have a bunch of tabs open. The whole time I'm just waiting until we're done with those so I can close it out.
It takes me 5 to do a show.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just tabs. We're not talking about applications that are also open. Skype, OBS. I mean, all kinds of shit. But we are fast approaching the halfway point here on the IRONWORX freeworld.fm. We'll take a couple minutes here before we hit the break to show to express my appreciation for all you fine folks that like to tune into this show, whether it's live this early in the morning or late at night, depending on where you are. Shout out Plain Reality and Regina.
Shout out.
And all of our friends way over there in Australia. But actually everybody. We really do appreciate y'all. It makes doing this show much more enjoyable than doing it to nobody. Having chats to read and things like that.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I started last night watching fucking clips of Letterkenny. Just rolling my ass off. Then I remembered. It reminded me where the allegedly came from. Why it was Squirrely Dan had to keep saying it.
Allegedly.
And to be fair.
Hey, nice one, Caleb. Yeah, I appreciate that. He just suggested something I did not know existed called OneTab extension. So I am currently installing that in my Chrome, good sir. Thank you for that.
Now, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair. To be fair. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back right after this. This is the IRONWORX on freeworld.fm. I know I had one picked out here. That's the one. See, I know it's playing. There we go. Hour number 2 coming up right after this.
So, what are you in for?
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. IronRealmmedia is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet.
Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat.
It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And welcome back. First half of the second half of the Ironworks right here on freeworld.fm. Little killer clowns from outer space.
Thank you. Karen liked it too.
I thought that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Been a while since
If you
I've
were
seen that.
right, if you were into things like me, you found out that at the end of the VHS, not just owning the DVD, but if you had the VHS of that movie and watched all the way through the credits, they played the actual video for that song they had created for the MTV generation, using the same clowns and the same sets and all that, which are pretty amazing. I don't know what you know about like animatronics or the old style of like actual practical effects in movies, pre-CGI. But at the time Killer Clowns was created, it was an amazing technological accomplishment to create those characters that are being worn by somebody performing. The performance is the person wearing that suit, but also that the faces and all the shit they're able to do with the animatronics of those fucking. I can still remember. So here in town, or any town I lived in, I always became fast friends with the local mom and pop video store. And if you did that, you always got access to stuff that, the general public didn't have. And like I got a copy of Killer Clowns from Outer Space that had the time code still stamped at the bottom because it was a preview promo copy that they would send out to stores or to companies trying to get their movies made or promoted or put into the general public, like popular. When I picked that movie up in like whatever year it was, 80 something, it wasn't a cult classic. It wasn't what it is now, where you go to, the Halloween store and there's kits for every character and all the props and all that. Nothing like that. It was pre it becoming a cult classic. But they gave me that movie and this other one at the time called The Adventures of the It was a time traveling dude. He could run real fast the way he did the effects. Anyway, it was just a whole era of amazing stuff being done still before the computers came along. Fucked it all up.
It was like Pink Floyd. That's what it reminds me. It reminds me of Pink Floyd cutting all the tape and splicing it together back in the day.
Right.
Digital. The stuff Pink Floyd was doing. this is kind of like as impressive. The special effects they were doing in movies without any type of digital help at all. It was phenomenal. I had seen nothing like it before that. Kind of like when Star Wars came out. And everybody's like, dude, look at all their, the things flying in space and how it looked so amazing. And none of it was digital. It was all little models and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And those dudes that created those clowns, they have done like 100 movies. You've seen them do stuff. They did stuff in Team America. They did stuff in RoboCop. They did stuff in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I mean, they were always like the Chiodo brothers is their name. I think there's 3 of them. But yeah, they've done a lot. Good Burger, I think I remember they even did some stuff for.
Did they do Quado?
I don't know. They did Quado. That may have been like either some of Nicotero's early work, or it could have been even Bob Botan. I'll go look.
Open your mind. So I don't know why this is a news story. I saw this and I was like, oh, a no trespassing sign ends up being felonies. I was like, what? So it says, no trespassing sign leads to felony arrest in Asheville, North Carolina, police say. And it's got nothing to do with them trespassing. Well, them trespassing gave the police officers the right to detain and search them, right? Well, actually, yeah, I think it does. Because if you cross a no trespassing sign, you are then breaking the law. You are trespassing. Now, when you're trespassed from somewhere, you don't have to provide ID or anything like that. If a cop comes up and says the store or the business would like you trespass, you have to leave. You don't have to give them your name or anything like that. They're going to tell you they need your name so they can have it on record in case you come back. Yada, 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 BS. Not true. But all you have to do if you are trespassed from somewhere is simply leave. If you are leaving, then you've been trespassed. You're not trespassing until you step back onto the property. A property you know you're not allowed to be back on now. That's why the no trespassing sign is so important. Now, there are some states, I know Michigan, you did not need a no trespassing sign on your property to consider somebody trespassing. In Michigan, you were supposed to know whether or not the property you're walking on is public or is privately owned. And if it is privately owned, you need to have permission to be there. So it's different from state to state. But yeah, I was thinking, wow, a felony for trespassing? I had never heard of such a thing. Well, it comes to find out that they're holding methamphetamine and what are a couple of the other drugs they had in there? Fentanyl, as well as carisoprodol. Don't know what that is. A skeletal muscle relaxant. So yeah, it wasn't, they weren't given felonies for trespassing. That's what I saw. And I was like, whoa, that's a crazy, what were they, like Area 51 or something? But no, they crossed a trespassing sign, which means that you were already warned you're not supposed to be here. You enter here and you are breaking the law now.
Yeah, I see Travis in chat saying trespassing must include criminal intent and only the owner can file the complaint. And I'm not sure that's entirely true. Like, trespassing in and of itself is criminal, right? The fact that you are trespassing is criminal. The criminality is baked into the trespassing.
Yeah.
So like it's a civil matter if they say you're trespassed, we don't want you to come back here. That's like going to be a civil matter. And the minute you come back, be like, well, fuck you. I don't care what you say about your property. Now it's a criminal matter. So the criminality exists just by being there after being told to leave. Even if you're a door-to-door salesman with zero criminal intent on being there and doing any harm or anything. Just the fact that you were there after having been asked to leave makes it criminal. That's the intent. Showing up after you've been asked to leave is the intent. And then, like,
when
in
the
public.
sign is up, when the sign is up like that, like I said, in most states, they do require you to post something in order to, not all of them though. But yeah, that sign is your warning. That was you being, that's you being trespassed from entering this area. You're not allowed in here. You were told with that sign.
Or even if you're knocking on the door, hey, have you heard the good news of Jesus Christ? And you say, get the fuck off my porch. And then they come back. Well, there's your criminality right there. Like, even if you don't have a single no trespassing sign up there. But like, if there's a certain reasonable expectation that you could just walk up to someone's front door. Right? That's the curtilage and all that stuff that people have. This is why gated communities are such a thing. This is why the rich people put like gates on their driveways even. Because that limits the curtilage to just that right there in front of the gate, that 4 feet from the street to the gate. That's the curtilage. Whereas if you have no gate, now the curtilage exists up to your front door. So a reasonable person would think that, like, if you have a flat tire and you need to borrow somebody's phone for help, it would be reasonable to assume that you could walk up and knock on the door. Provided there's no sign that says no trespassing. If there is no sign, a reasonable person would think that they could just go up there. This is my interpretation, but I don't know. I ain't no lawyer.
Do you play one here on the Free World?
I'd just playing though, but yeah, sometimes.
Hey, 2 quick shout outs. Special K, you are my hero. You are correct, sir. One tab is a superpower. Holy shit. I am so happy right now. Because of course, as soon as I installed it, I opened 4 more tabs without using it, and then it hit me like, "Hey, you just installed that thing. Why don't you try it?" And dude, my computer's so happy. It is just happy. Thank you. And the other shout out was Rob Bottin was the creator of Quato. He and 19 other puppeteers created that amazing sequence in that film. If you're not familiar with his work, you are familiar with his work. He did all the creature and booger effects from like American Werewolf in London, The Thing, Top Dog stuff there. Yeah. But yeah, like Caleb, I am just, blown away by this. Thank you, sir.
So have you ever had a flight canceled? I don't really fly all that much, so.
I have not. Personally have heard about it happening with my sister and stuff. My brother, they fly a lot with their business, their companies and stuff. So they've had it happen. My brother usually takes that to the next level though and gets put up at a stupid suite somewhere. And yeah, he's that person. I mean, I am too. If I get, if I get some bullshit over pricing or whatever, it's going to be dealt with. I won't be the one walking away pissed. We were behind somebody in line last night, and they were just going on and on about a posted sign that said this price, and this is what you're going to pay me. And I was like, yeah, brother, you do it. You get that right price. Anyway.
Well, as of Monday, U.S. Airlines. Now, is that U.S. Airlines? Are they talking about all United States? Yeah, airlines in the United States. Okay, I was thinking, is there a U.S. Airlines? But no, all U.S. Travel providers by flight are required to automatically refund you for a canceled flight now, as of Monday. Doesn't matter if you ask for it or not. If they cancel your flight, they're supposed to issue you a refund now immediately. They're required. Even if the person does not explicitly ask for a refund, the Department of Transportation says the final federal rule requiring that airlines dole out refunds, not vouchers, went into effect Monday, being implemented only a month before the start of what is likely to be a huge holiday travel season. Today, our automatic refund rule goes into full effect. Passengers deserve to get money back when an airline owes them without headaches or haggle.
Yeah, fucking Walmart. You hear that bullshit? Fuck your in-store credit. I want my fucking money back. Or does this only apply to airlines? Now, if I'm an airline company, I think I'm okay with this. If I just automatically issue you a refund, now you're going to get somebody like Paul or Walt come running up wanting to expect, hey, now I need to get put up in a hotel. I need all these other and say, nope, fuck you. You got your refund. Go fuck yourself. I don't know what to tell you. You're on your own. I refunded your money. We're square now.
Yeah, it is probably going to save them in the long run. Because they overbook all kinds of stuff. This isn't just for, your flight being delayed or the plane being this or that. They overbook every flight. And then they will give you an option, hey, would you like to take a later flight and get this free voucher for $200 or yada, yada, yada. They're always offering people like these bonuses for taking a later flight.
Well, I think that they can still do. Like, they could still bump you if they want.
Yeah.
I think this was just referring specifically to canceled flights.
Yeah, it said something about that in there. Ones that are just, let's see, okay, it's got to be up here somewhere. The new romantic. Okay, if a passenger's flight is canceled or significantly changed, and they do not accept a significantly changed flight, rebooking on an alternative flight or alternative compensation. They do not accept a significantly changed flight, rebooking on an alternative flight. Okay. Yeah, so them overbooking everybody, and they do that because they know that certain people aren't going to make the flight. There's going to be flat tires. There's going to be, couldn't find a babysitter, this or that. There's a billion reasons, I'm sure. But they know that not everybody's going to make it there on time for the flight. So if we book a few extra people, we can still have a full plane and make all that money, not have empty seats. So I get why they do it. But yeah, that's not one of the reasons why you can get your money back immediately. Wasn't Hubble messed up? Weren't we not going to use Hubble until it got fixed? Or did we go up and fix Hubble? No, we didn't go up to fix Hubble.
No, we just landed
we
Sophia.
Don't really have to. They don't have to do that. They just landed. No, I was going to say they just send out a magic quantum mechanic somehow that does stuff like it does for the Voyager 2.
Huh. Bob the Bug, gas giant, different perspective on Uranus. Hey,
whoa, now hold up. Sherry just got here, and you're already passing out passwords.
That's what mirrors are for.
Using Uranus to understand exoplanets. You gotta watch out for them exoplanets.
Not mine. I'm gonna use yours.
Seeing a black hole's jet in a new light. Oh, they're nasty this morning.
Yeah, they are.
But they figured out what's in there. Sherry's already got it written down.
In fact, did NASA confirm the end of the world date?
They did.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking's. Well, they confirmed Stephen Hawking's date.
What I don't care what Snopes or whoever the fuck says. I saw that story already.
2,600. It's all
We tried to tell them, Stephen. They don't listen, man. Haven't you figured that out?
So if we don't get our shit together by the year 2600, this place is going to be gone. It doesn't really have
Fiery
the whole...
ball, I think. A fiery ball in space, and that what's going to be left, I'm pretty sure, was their verbiage.
Certainly good with those on the spare end of world date. Blah, 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 blah. NASA has not made this claim. Oh, so they didn't do it. Just some of the ideas that Hawking mentioned. He's made a number of predictions in his final years about the future of humanity and was increasingly concerned about the dangers to our home planet. In 2016, he told the BBC, no, he didn't. Shut up. Okay, so what he said there was, although the chance of disaster to planet Earth is in a given year may be quite low, it adds up over time and becomes a near certainty in the next 1,000 or 10,000 years. Yeah, I agree. I'm not buying that, Stephen. You didn't say that. He was telling you about his favorite midget writing on the chalkboard right there. Long-term future organisms for management, blah, 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 blah. Interplanetary colonies could be vital. We will not establish self-sustaining colonies in space for at least the next 100 years. So we have to be very careful in this period. What do you mean careful? So you're saying that something can come and destroy us from outside the planet and kill all life on Earth, and it's going to take at least 100 years for us to be somewhere else when that event happens. So we need to be careful while we're here.
Just watch your step. Careful where you go.
Are they saying, like, don't make too much noise so the interplanetary destructive device doesn't see you and come get... I mean, careful of what? It's either going to hit you or it isn't.
Well, just don't put yourself on a collision course with anything.
Well, yeah, but we don't really control that. It's not like we have a steering wheel on Earth and we're going through space. I mean, that makes no sense. Be careful. Of what? Careful of a giant rock coming and hitting Earth or not? We don't have any say over that. It doesn't matter how careful we are. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Oh, and then it gets into climate change and how that could add significantly more years or less years. No, it can. Not if we're getting hit by a giant rock from space. It doesn't matter what our climate is. They need to get their ducks in a row here. This is getting bad.
So am I having an elderly moment that I remember us talking about this story and yet it is not anywhere to be found in that file of ours?
I don't know. You might be having an elder moment. Or a...
No, I know we talked about this.
Senor.
Stephen Hawking part of
Si,
it.
senor. You could be having a senor moment.
Yeah. Pretty sure. Oh, you know what? It probably was one of those branching stories off of a main story, and it was over to the right, and so I clicked it and read it. I'm going to guess, because I know I saw this story and talked about it, but now I can't find it to say that, yes, fucking, this is what this story said. NASA confirms Stephen Hawking's predictions, period. End of it.
Well, that's going to about do it. Third and final break coming up here. And unlike a giant rock from space destroying Earth, this is going to happen here. What do you got for us, Josh?
Well, I wasn't quite sure, but I just couldn't help myself. It's going to be a shorter break. Really, it was a toss-up for the first song, which was Always on My Mind, and this one. And I went with Always on My Mind, but I just can't not play this next song. But do stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to finish out with a little more Anne Murray.
About 4 years ago, Kenny Loggins of Loggins in Messina wanted to give a gift to his brother Danny, who'd just been married recently and had a brand new baby, but he had no money. So he wrote them a song, and this is a gift he gave them. It's called simply Danny's Song. People smile and tell me I'm the lucky one, and we've just begun. I think I'm gonna have a son. He will be like him and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. Love a guy who holds the world in a paper cup. Drink it up. Love him and he'll bring you love. And if you find he helped your mind, better take him home. Oh, yeah, and don't you live alone. Try to earn what lovers own. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. Chain of love. In the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworks kicking off right now. Indeed, that was Miss Anne Murray.
Okay, so I have to ask, what's your Anne Murray thing this morning?
Just a call back to Monday. Weren't we talking about Anne Murray on Monday?
I believe you. You'll have to be more specific. It just
this past Monday,
for me.
Just 2 days ago, Monday the 28th. Yeah, it was Monday the 28th at about between 4 and 6 a.m. It's about as specific as I can be.
I believe you. I'm just.
Nope, that was my thing with Anne Murray. That is a really good song.
That is a song that Michelle and I used to do together in karaoke. She would sing it, and I would do the little harmony during the chorus, the vocal harmony, not the guitar. Yep, that one took me back. Thank you. I was wondering if maybe, there was something I missed. That being said, I could be. She's still with us, right? She hasn't passed, has she? No, she has not. She is 79 years old, June of 45. Because that's what I thought may have happened, because I know Miss Terry Garr has left us, which is, I mean, I'm not breaking down upset about it, but it does suck. I used to like quite a few of her movies.
I was gonna say, she's got quite the filmography.
2 of them being like, oh, dude, quite, but like Close Encounters, top 5 movies ever still, even though the Alien Agenda, and then, come on, Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein is beyond a classic.
Yeah.
That's another every Halloween we watch at least, if not more than that during the year, just for the fun of it.
Herr Bluka? It means glue in German or something like that. Bluka? Yeah, every time they say her name, the horses would neigh. And who's that one guy who played Igor in that? Igor. The guy with the big eyes.
Right, lost my my brain is gone. Come on, somebody chat. I know his name is just not in my brain right now.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
I'm not gonna. Don't you say it, damn it. Not Charlie Callis, that's the other guy.
Yeah, his eyes, dude. Always got me. Then, of course, Peter Boyle in that one was amazing as Frankenstein. Isn't
Friedman,
it?
is that right? Marty Friedman. God damn it. Thank you, Brian. I just looked and saw it. And Travis. Thank you, guys. I promise I was not cheating. I was just digging it out of there because I knew it was in there. It was in there. Just like Gene Hackman is the
Terry Garr
uncredited.
passed away from Young Frankenstein.
Right, that's what started this conversation.
Yeah,
Hello,
okay.
Zach.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to the Ironworks.
Yeah, I didn't even know who she was until I saw her picture.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with names.
But yeah, Gene Hackman's uncredited role as the blind guy is just fucking genius. Oh, look, Travis knows. All right. Anyway.
Gene Hackman is the blind hermit. Yep. Lighting his fingers on fire.
Hang on.
Zach's on about a 5-minute delay.
I'm thinking he is.
Oh my goodness.
Werewolf, there wolf, everywhere a wolf.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
This dude came through this time. He was actually here in 30 minutes or so, like he said. There was no keys
I had
yet
to take a
be
shower
found.
and take out my trash and do all the bullshit that people that work a second shift have to do. So, did my daily duties. Anyways,
I work first shift. I
think
got to
the
do that
question
shit.
I was wanting to ask, I'm going to have to ask off air. But I was having a conversation with someone. Say what?
I said I knew there would be a tease. Go.
Well, I'm going to have to because you'll understand why. Anyways, Amanda Vollmer. And I met her at Bloodfest last year in Vegas. Wonderful, wonderful lady. She came up and gave me a hug, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. Anyways, urine therapy and also coffee enemas. Are these things legitimate? Because it's like the extreme of the extreme when it comes to natural, what's the term? Naturopathy or something like that? Like non-pharmaceutical types of methods? I know it's a weird fucking question.
I can personally vouch for the removal of styes in my eye with urine therapy. And I don't know about the enema effect of coffee, but I know that it's basically the same thing when you drink it. So I'm guessing it would work that way too.
Okay, I've never tried any of her remedies because she sells a coffee enema kit, and she's also a proponent of urine therapy and DSMO. I've never tried any of those. I'm curious because I certainly don't want to stick anything up my ass unless there's like a nurse or something that's,
hello,
you have to
nurse.
pay extra for that.
I'm not going to be like, it's like in a medical type of a setting. And I don't like going to the doctor, but someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. Because I don't know much about my ass other than the fact that I wipe it and something comes out of it.
You're such a prude.
It's weird. That's why I said in my earlier statement, it's going to be a weird topic. Just wondering.
I'm sure there's
urine
people
therapy
speaking about it there in chat, but yeah, I've been using DMSO currently with my naveling of castor oil. So it hasn't affected me adversely, and it does seem to make the effect that I'm seeking in the skin and everything. Like I'm not having to use as much hand lotion after I wash dishes and DMSO. Thank you. And
I forget what it stands for, like dimethyl sodium oxide or something.
I believe
like
you.
Yeah, I'm guessing at this point. That was actually one of my trivia questions. And
now there's a technique to the urine therapy. Well, there you go. Travis is addressing it a bit there in chat. Right. What's up, Rob Brad? He said it fixed his having to go to family functions too. So it's apparently got multiple benefits from. Oh, that's great, man. Anyway, like I said, growing up, my grandmother, I mean, I can remember this being like mom even saying that, try it if you want to, because she never did growing up, even though her mother was saying to do it. I tried it when I started dealing with things because, I was at that point already looking at a lot of natural stuff and ancient cures and all that already. And so for that, it went right along with it. So the first time I knew I had a sty, or that I realized I had a sty, I went and gave it a shot. Personally, I did this, not telling anyone else to, nor am I recommending anyone else do it. These were simply things I have done.
I'm just asking the question. I'm not trying to make any claims. I'm just
I'm just telling you my experience was perfectly acceptable and worked and has worked ever since. Now, how far have I done that? I can't tell you. What was that?
What did Zack just say? What?
I'm just saying, if you're going to try these things,
oh, okay.
Try to get, a coffee that is as natural and organic as you can. There's so much garbage that, you need to use good, pure things to clean yourself out. You can't go and take poison and expect it to detox and clean you out. That's the most important thing is, food is your medicine, medicine is your food. You should be eating healthy irregardless. But also, if you're going to be using things as a medicinal thing, you want to get, as raw and natural and organic as you possibly can. Especially here in the United States with all the GMOs that are legal and all that kind of stuff. You just really need to be careful when you're talking about cleaning out your liver and things like that, that you actually want to use something that's pure and natural and raw and not processed.
There's certain things that are good for you, certain things that are bad for you based on the organ that it's going to be going through, like your intestines, your liver, your kidneys, your gallbladder, your stomach. And I've been concentrating on that a lot lately because I'm almost 42, And I'd like to live past 43 or 44 or even into my 80s if possible. And I think a lot of people neglect that and end up basically dying in a hospital from some sort of an ailment that they've experienced in their life. And interestingly enough, so I don't want to detract too much, but Jaron has his VIP hangouts every other week on Saturdays, and Will Duffy was one of the guests after Alex Stein, who I don't really like, but either way, Will Duffy came on. I don't really like him either, but I asked him like 5 or 6 questions, and at some point he mentioned that he doesn't eat vegetables or fruit. He's a hardcore carnivore. And he said that. And he didn't want to express why, or even try to explain it at all. Yeah, Will Duffy says he does not eat anything other than meat. Just letting everyone know that. Not trying to spread rumors. He said it on a live recording.
Huh.
And by the way, yeah, I'm not trying to create drama or anything. It's just very interesting because I would have figured that he would have not, like, one of the last people I would have ever figured to be vocal about that. Like, I'm a carnivore, and not want to express why. Anyways, there's that.
It's like atheists. You have a bad encounter with a few highfalutin better than thou Christians. You just want to distance yourself, and you tend to swing the pendulum the other way, maybe a little too far. Same thing, I think. Just a few bad encounters with some vegans, and you just swung the pendulum over a little too far. I'm not going to be a vegan. Matter of fact, by God, I'm just going to be a carnivore. That'll show them. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see Alex Stein?
No.
At one of the city whatever things, meeting things, asking them to release P. Diddy?
Nope, don't believe I saw it.
Are there T-shirts for that yet, or bumper stickers, something like that?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
I thought that was kind of not very funny. I don't know.
You just
when it comes to
add
children
that
and
to
stuff
the long
like
list
that,
of things that Alex Stein does.
Yeah, true. But this one I thought was a little too far, even for him.
So who now?
The guy that goes to all the
Yeah, I'm being very silly and facetious again. Because whenever time I hear his name, the first person that pops into my head is Bueller. Bueller.
Bueller.
His name isn't Alex, y'all. I'm sorry if you didn't pick up on the senior moment I have apparently with that name.
Yeah, that's Ben.
That's Ben, right?
So it looks like, well, we only got like a week left of the insanity.
No, we got a week left of this flavor of insanity.
Well, yeah. But this flavor needs to change. We've been doing this one for like over a year now. It's just been the same story, the same flavor now. I'm ready for a flavor change. Either let's dive into woke lunacy even further, or
How much further can we go, though? Like, dive further?
What they want to do, I mean, they're not shy about saying it. All their plans and what they want to do. So yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. And I don't really see us coming back all that far to the right. All that much more. I think we're going to sit here for a little while.
Did you guys see on when Karen on her Coffee Talk this past Monday was showing the Brian, I forget his last name. True High Impact Flicks, when he was going to a Trump rally asking people what it would take for them to not vote for Trump. I'm not sure if you guys saw that.
No.
Oh, people are basically like, nothing. And if you go to a Kamala rally asking the same thing, it would probably have the same result. But those are just random people probably submitted for the actual interview. But either way, there are still people saying that. This is how fucked people are.
That's their team. They always vote for their team, right? Isn't that how this is supposed to be thought of as? Like my team and your team? And it has nothing to do with like the future of the country or anything like that. I want to be on the winning team.
I don't like your evil. My evil's lesser.
No, it's a popularity contest and a joke.
It's an evil contest. Who gets to be evil, but not quite as evil as the other person? Ask anybody. They'll tell you, well, I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. Sweet. You dumb cocksucker. You're voting for evil? You're knowingly and willfully voting for evil under the pretext, well, it's not the most evil. Great justification. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Sam Clemens. If voting could make a difference, they wouldn't let us do it.
I thought that was a Mark Twain quote.
That's Sam Clemens.
Oh, it was
That is
Samuel
Samuel
Clemens.
Clemens.
Damn, you tricked me.
Yeah, he threw that one by.
Bastard.
Yeah, he was quick on that one. Quick on that one.
Mark Twain's quotes are my absolute favorite. I have 6 Mark Twain posters in my condo. Let's put it that way. There's like quotes.
Interesting.
No, it's not like weird or anything. It's just
No, not at all. It's very
decorative.
interesting. Not many people
I also have Tesla
pump him
posters
up that much. I mean, if you like that truck, that's you, Andrew. I get it, but
whoa, hold on a second now. No.
Hey, you set it up. I had to hit it. Not
all right, that's fine. Yeah, you got
right.
Did you catch the show Monday when we were talking about the Cybertruck driver that he's upset because all these girls are laughing at him as he's driving by?
I did catch part of that, but it's 2:00 in the morning for me on that day, which is not super easy. But yeah, Cybertrucks. Well, I think they're costing $80,000+, something like that.
Are you seeing more and more around your area?
Unfortunately, it's not super common, but I am seeing more.
Yeah, I guess the lots are filling up. Like they already fulfilled the U.S. orders. They had so many people cancel because it was like a 6-year waiting list, and they got it done in like half a year. That's how many people canceled their orders.
Okay, so look up the movie. Okay, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think that was in 1990, something like that. The Johnny 5 cabs.
Mm-hmm.
All electric.
You're conflating two things. Johnny 5 was seeking input. Sorry, you. Gotta get your robots correct.
Johnny Cab.
Johnny Cab. Yeah.
Johnny Cab. Okay, Johnny 5 was the robot, but we're way beyond that by now already. But this,
I don't know. They're running down deer left and right, so I'm not sure how far beyond that we are.
No, I'm just saying in regards to the actual car itself, because this, who the fuck would buy one of those? Like, if you gave me that much money, plus double the amount in cash, I would say just give me the cash. Just keep the fucking car. I don't want that thing. Because they're, according to Article 625 of the NEC right now, they are changing the updates in regards to the actual electrical outlets that are being allowed to be supplied by, sorry, I'm an electrician. I'm nerding out for a moment. Article 625 of the NEC in the 2026 NEC, updates every 3 years. So we're getting there pretty close. They're going to make it so that the electrical manufacturers of these electric power charging units that you can install in a house or inside of a parking lot, whatever, have to be purchased and installed by the companies that actually create these different voltages, amperage, and NEMA rated types of receptacles. This is going to crash that fucking industry if that doesn't get changed. Like, it's so fucked up because it's going to, like, all of the outlets, it's going to be like billions of dollars of basically legally required remodeling of these things, of these charging stations. If you want to go into that later on, I will. But it's pretty fucked up. This is one of the only things in the NEC that I've ever actually disagreed with hardcore. And a lot of electricians and engineers are talking about it. It's like it's a big thing. Anyways, rant over.
Your rants are much better than mine. Mine seem to be profanity laced.
No problem. I'm just passionate, that's all.
You make all the different manufacturers of a product, make it so charging the thing or whatnot is absolutely different in all of them.
Well, it has to do with ANSI, American National Standards Institute, NEMA, as well as the National Electrical Code, and
It should have been set up like before they started making the cars.
Yeah,
like,
it should be.
Hey, we're all going to get together, and in order to charge these cars somewhere, they're going to need electricity. And if we want them all to be able to be charged at the same spot, we're going to have these certain requirements met. So all the charges can be, or all the cars can be used at all the different chargers. That should have been like day one thinking. What the hell are these people doing? It's like it was designed to fail.
Like it's Google. Didn't Google just buy like a nuclear power plant in order to power all the AI processing that the demand that people are putting on these AI processors? Like there's so much energy needed for all this AI bullshit that in order to meet the demand, they had to like purchase their own nuclear power plant. And that's just AI.
Wait, who? Google?
Pretty sure that's right.
Wouldn't be surprised, but Google is not actually owned. It's not like, you guys know who owns Google and then who owns that company? Right, then who owns Alphabet?
That's a good question. Who owns Alphabet?
That's a trivia question for you guys to figure out tonight. I'm not going to tell you the answer. It was on Pro 777 though. I'll tell you that. Uh-oh.
But no, I think Google. I think it was Google that bought the nuclear power station. Pretty sure.
I'm looking it up hard as I can. What did I do? I'm sorry, Andrew.
No, Walt doesn't like when I put the carrot in front of the horse. Walt likes the stick.
Whoa, now hold up.
Oh, it's the carrot and the stick analogy.
Yeah, Google did buy or is to buy a nuclear power plant for AI data centers. You are correct, sir.
And see, so that's not Alphabet. That doesn't mean Alphabet's buying a nuclear reactor. Just because Alphabet owns Google doesn't mean Alphabet's purchasing a nuclear reactor. It means Google, with a parent company of Alphabet, but Google is purchasing this for the AI, I thought.
Getting close to that time, so I'm going on mute. But I will talk after everything is done.
We get all the good stuff.
And Alphabet is an American technology conglomerate who owns, oh man, what happened?
Who owns everything?
They own everything, but that is not what I was trying to find. Did it really just switch what I was reading in front of my eyes? I know that's not what happened. I'm having eye issues, right?
Welcome to Google.
Dude.
Love y'all.
All right, guys. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Love you guys. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you back here Friday morning for more of the Ironworks. Right here on freeworld.fm. Have a great rest of your week. And until then, be good. Be well. Do good and do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.